You've now learned that in your routes/web file, you can register any routes for your application. And in this case, it loads a welcome view, and that's in your resources views directory. So why don't we do this? Let's get rid of that whole thing and replace it with some basic HTML. We'll give it a title, my blog, because remember, that's the end result. Everything we're learning in this series is in service of figuring out how we can build a blog for your business or your band. I'm just using some basic shorthand here, and I can say once again, hello world. Let's come back to Firefox, give this a refresh, and we're up and rolling. Now you can right-click and view the page source, and this is what's being sent to the browser. Great. Let's now add some CSS. Now this might be a little confusing, but you'll find CSS and JS folders in this resources directory. For now, ignore those. We'll cover it later, but those are intended to be used with what we call a bundling tool. Ultimately, though, they will compile down to this public folder. So let's skip that step for now. I'm going to create a new file here, and we'll call it app.css. And we'll say body, background is, how about navy? And the color is white. All right, let's head back. Now, just in these initial lessons, I will manually go to the sidebar and select these files. But of course, try to get in the habit of using your editor's Go to Anything panel to quickly access these files. And that's what I would do in real life. Okay, right here in the head section, below the title, I can link to app.css. All right, let's give it a shot. We come back to Firefox, we refresh the page, and we're now loading custom CSS. Now, of course, we're not going to write any JavaScript, but it's the exact same process. Create a file, app.js. Here we'll do a simple alert. Switch back, and then load it wherever is appropriate. And the head is fine. This one is called app.js. And again, if we switch back, refresh the page, there's your alert. Okay, so now we have another piece of the puzzle. You've now learned how to register a route that translates a particular URI, in this case the home page, to a piece of HTML. Within that HTML, you've learned how to reference any generic CSS or JavaScript file. And those, at least for now, should be placed in your public directory. And of course, you can organize these however you wish. So maybe you have a CSS directory and a JS directory, and then you could drag them in. But we're going to keep it simple for now. And we'll switch back. All right, in the next lesson, we'll take another step.